Somebody wanted me to do a video on my lift, so I guess I'm going to do one. What I got here is a Max Jacks, one of those. It's made by Danmar. I got a deal on it off of Craigslist for like half price. They're pretty good lifts. If you're just doing stuff out of your garage, it's a low lift. I got like 9 foot 4 inches in my garage between the garage door opener, and I put Suburbans on this no problem. It did lift some. So it's a pretty good lift. I got extensions for the thing. I bought these separate. They say they're 6 inch, but they're actually 5.5 inch. And they say these are 3 inch, but they're actually 2.5. And I think they just add the pad for 1/2 inch, so they just call it what it is. And they say not to double these up. I've put trucks on with both. Supposedly you shouldn't, but whatever. I do it anyways because I don't listen well. I put some padding on the corners, and I put some padding on the top, so when I open the door, I don't scratch anything. I put this stuff on both sides. Yeah, this stuff right here, it hits the bottom of the door if you're not careful on a lot of vehicles when it's up on the lift. So you got to be careful of that. The pads were yellow for safety. I can't stand yellow, so I painted them black. And there were stickers on this side too, facing the garage door, and I don't like opening the garage door and having all that yellow lettering and stuff, so I took them stickers off. I've been tempted to peel all these off too, but I won't. It's 110 volts, which is nice. They say you want to use a 30 amp circuit. I use a 15 amp, and I haven't had it pop yet. I haven't had a circuit pop yet, and I even got some of my lighting in my garage going through it. And even in the middle of the winter when it's super cold, I use the lightest hydraulic oil you can, because I have used this when it's below 0. They say not to, but I do anyways, and so far I haven't had a problem. I mean, it hasn't failed on me. These pads, I use the anchors that are supplied with them. I was almost tempted, you know, there's 3 bolts in the back. I was almost tempted to put another one, a blind one, in between these two, and then put another one up here so I could move at least one side up farther, just in case I don't have enough room. If you look at the instructions on where to put these pads, they tell you a truck needs to be farther out and a car farther in, but actually a truck needs to be farther in because you're lifting everything on the frame rail. So these things I got from center to center. I got right at 100 inches, and that seems to be a sweet spot to where I can put trucks on this and have these extended all the way out and have cars and be able to use the pinch rail. So if I actually needed to move them back in more, I'd probably get all pissed off, and I would just put 3 more anchors on one side. They say you want 4 inches of 3,000 PSI concrete. Nobody knows what kind of concrete they have in a used garage. This is reinforced though. There is mesh in the concrete, and usually there always is. This floor is all cracked to hell. And actually when I pull a car in here, if I stand right here on this pad right under the tire, I can feel the concrete moving a little bit. So this side I actually cut a chunk out and I re-poured it really deep. I think it's almost 12 inches deep, that side. And this side I left alone. I actually started cutting corners in it. And then I busted out the other side first, and it's like, oh crap, I don't even need to do anything, because this side, it's over 4 inches deep and it's reinforced, so I just left it. It works really good. I'm really happy with it. If you ever do a lot of engine jobs or transmission work, it's really nice to have, because sometimes you got to lift the body off of the engine, you know, for dropping the cradle and everything. So, you know, if you do big jobs, you really got to have it. Actually, the guy I got this from, he built an engine on on a newer 5.0 Mustang. He turbocharged it and stuff, and when he was done with it, he just sold it. So one other thing too, these safety bars, I've been tempted for a gazillion years to grind this down to a point, because it's kind of funky trying to find this hole when you stab the thing through. And that's about it. That's about all I really got to tell you about this thing. I mean, it's a really nice lift. I haven't had any problems with it so far. It's portable. You can unbolt them and get them out of the way in a matter of minutes. If I got to do like work to somebody's door or something and I don't have any enough room, usually I just unbolt one side and pull it out of the way. I haven't had to unplug the hydraulic lines yet. I was thinking about rerouting these so they go up in the ceiling and down, and yeah, I'd have to spend a bunch of money for more hose, but it really doesn't seem to be in the way much. I figured I would have wore off the shielding on it and stuff by now too, but I'm just careful with it, you know, and you just gotta watch yourself, not trip over the stuff. So yeah, you can use one side at a time if you want, and they're really, really universal. I mean, for a low lift in a garage, they're decent. I would recommend one of these to anybody, and I just use I got this chair, just a desk chair, and it's all the way down, and I just put the backrest all the way back sometimes, and yeah, I wish it was a little lower. I don't really want to use anything else because it's really comfortable. I could use something that's a little lower to the ground. It'd probably be nicer. But yeah, that's it, man. It works. It's decent. I'm totally satisfied with the thing. One more thing I bought for this lift is a stand. This is pretty much a must-have when you're doing a lot of work. You want to put this on the back of like the back of like on the trailer hitch or something on big trucks, just to keep it from rocking back and forth. Some of these big vehicles, man, they really get rocking when you're torquing and working on stuff, and you don't want that happening. So this makes it a little more stable. I should probably buy two. The overall height in one pin is at about 3 feet when it's on the first pin, and you can drop it all the way down, and it's about 27, 28 inches. This is a really short one. I can't remember who made it. I can't even read the dang sticker anymore. But it's a shorter one. These are excellent for doing exhaust work too, and a lot of other work. It's super important to have one of these. I should probably get two, but yeah, when I was a tech working at shops and stuff, usually I only ever used just one. Once in a while on a truck, you might want one under a control arm and one on the back of the box or something, you know, or I don't know. So, I don't know, maybe someday I will get two, but yeah, if you get one of these lifts and you do a lot of work, you should really think about getting one of those. And that's about it.